What's up, motherfuckers? Jack, say hi.
Hey! Sorry, I'm reading a comment.
No,
We're responding to a comment.
Yeah, so you can finish reading it. So, this video is directly responding to a comment by
Perry Business Services LLC.
Perry Business Services LLC. So, I'll give you the gist of the comment while Jack reads it. So basically, she's like,
Ooh, lots of info.
she's happy that me and Jack are doing videos together. She wants to make $4,000 a month. She upgraded her account to a business account. Okay, so first of all, I don't know what you mean by you upgraded your account to a business account. Did you just switch from a personal account to a business PayPal?
Yeah, it doesn't actually make that much of a difference. You don't get like higher limits because of it, as far as I know.
So you don't, that does not give you any higher limits, right? So switching to a business account, yeah, that's great or whatever, but that's not a whole big deal.
It doesn't really matter though. The point is she can post 5,000 items
Right.
or $50,000 worth of items.
Exactly. So let me just kind of explain, and then I realized that you said you have a business account so you could post in bulk. Now, I'm happy that Jack is here because we could talk a little bit about this bulk thing. Because, so if I understand you correctly, you could list $50,000, right? 5,000 items. And if you say you want to list in bulk, I'm guessing you're talking about Jack's strategy, right? Now, I'm going to say something and Jack will tell me if I'm right or wrong. But 5,000 items and $50,000 is not enough to make $4,000 a month using the bulk strategy. Am I right or wrong?
You're right as presuming the person doesn't have experience, but if you have experience with posting items, that's feasibly possible.
No, do the math. So
Yeah.
listen, okay, I don't know about I usually go with 10% profit margin, right? So if you have a limit of $50,000, yes, sometime in the next 30 days you could get an increase. But if you have I'm just giving you my thought process when I just started.
No, there's no way to make that much immediately with only 5,000 items. Like, in order to start learning how, the thing is, bulk is different than other postings. You have to learn how to do it properly, and that takes a while. And you can start experimenting if you can post 5,000 items, but you can't just post and expect to just be earning that much money.
Right, so let me just do the math. $50,000, right? If you go at a 10% profit margin, if you sell the entire $50,000 worth, you'll make $5,000, right? And that is what I used to, so this is crazy. So I used to aim to sell 100% of my listings when I had a small account, and I did. I had a sell-through rate of 100% for like 7 months straight.
Damn.
And then I dropped. I still have like 97%. I'll actually show my account at some point.
Our sell-through rate is night and day.
Right. So even if you want to use the bulk strategy with 5,000 listings, even if you have a 10% sell-through rate, which is higher than Jack's,
Yeah.
you would only sell $5,000, so you'll only make $500. So I hope you understand the math.
Yeah. I think from the comment, I think she does. She just specifically wants to know what kind of categories she should pay attention to and what to avoid.
Right. So I will give you my opinion, and then Jack. So first of all, and then Jack will give you his opinion, right? And we'll try to use data and real information to help you out, right? So first of all, I just want to comment. So, okay, yeah, it's great you switched to a business account, but the most important thing is switch to an eBay store. One, because it'll reduce your listing fees, and two, because it'll reduce your final
Yeah, it goes down by 1%.
like
right?
1 or 2%,
Yeah.
right? And I think it's 1%, maybe 2. But for me, with my strategy, that is important because I'm about competing by price with other drop shippers. That 1%, let's say it's 1%. That 1% is 10% of my profit. If my profit is 10%. So for me, it is important that the first thing you need to do is get an eBay store. What is the basic store for $25? Or what is the anchor store for $300? Or the one in between?
Yeah, there's 3 tiers.
Yeah,
There's
there's 3
basic,
different.
premium, I think, and then anchor.
Right, so I don't think whichever store you choose, you need a fucking store, first of all, to make sure and bring that down. Now, if you have 5,000 items, it is possible to use my strategy or our strategy, I'm not saying I'm better than Jack. Jack is sitting right fucking here. We basically live together. He's my brother from another mother and father, but still, right? So with the 50,000 limit, that is great to start with sniping. I don't, just with the mathematics, if you need to make money sooner than later, you're going to need a bigger account to make a better profit margin when you're doing bulk.
Yeah.
With bulk, Jack makes more than 10%, so the math is a little different, but even if it was 20% on all your sales, you still, even with 10% sell-through rate, you still need a much bigger account.
Yeah, you should, honestly, you should, if you are interested in bulk, you should plan on having to practice and experiment with it for 6 months to a year before you can legitimately understand how to do it profitably and not lose money. Because you have a lot more risks. Like right now, like my eBay bill's thousands of dollars. Like, that fucks with your head a lot. You have to be able to handle that.
Think about it. You listing, like, how many listings you have? 80,000?
Yeah, 80,000.
So his listing fees alone are like, what is it? 8,000, like.
Yeah, like my monthly bill varies between $4,000 and $8,000.
Right. So
insertion fees alone is $4,000.
Right. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you only have, and $50,000 in sales is great if you snipe in and prune. So let me explain. Right. I list and prune. Right. So I list items. When it gets momentum, leave those. The ones that don't get momentum, get rid of them. The reason why I do that is for someone like you who only have, and I'm doing this video directly for this person, but everyone else watching it could get good information from it. But I do it for someone like you, someone like me. When you start out with $50,000, if you want to make $4,000, you're going to have to sell $40,000, right? Mm-hmm. So you only want to have very good items listed. So if I were you, I would list as many as possible. Leave the ones that catch momentum. When I say catch momentum, that get in watchers and views on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. And I only go into detail and explain these little things from doing videos with you, because I usually don't explain the shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you'll want to list, and then the ones that don't catch momentum, delete them, and then keep listing like that with that size account, right? As you get bigger, you could try Jack's bulk strategy. I cannot speak more in depth about that because I don't do it. And I'm now getting to know about it now that Jack and I do videos. But yeah, so is there anything else okay, so about what she asked about the categories.
Yeah, she wants to know kind of what categories to get into selling and what categories to avoid. She didn't say what categories to avoid, but I think we can help with this. So.
Okay, so so I will give you my strategy with the size of account, and then, in my opinion, categories don't matter to an extent, right? Mm-hmm. The way I sell, I would, with respect to categories, I just sell what sells. I find items that sell regularly and I sell them. I don't think about category, I don't think about what the fuck it is.
Just like I don't think about competition, but I do think about categories. Whereas Mark doesn't think about categories, but he does think about competition.
Right, so all I do is compete for items that sells regularly, sell it for less, and then keep it moving. And then keep listing items that I know sell regularly and beat the price, right? So I don't give a fuck about categories for the most part.
Because you're scanning sellers and you're being shown what they are already selling, it doesn't matter what category he posts in, because from the beginning he's only posting items that have proved to already sell.
We need to do more videos together. He explained that shit really well. Anyway, so that's my take on the category thing. What do you think? What do you have to say about the category?
So for me, there are some categories that I think are worth avoiding. Electronics is one that I personally have. You can sell electronics, but they have a higher return rate. There's issues with GSP sales. Mark doesn't really do GSP stuff. 40% of my business is GSP. So I try and figure out what...
That's a global shipping program, so shipping outside the US.
Yeah, international orders. So I try and figure out what kind of products are more likely to have problems and what are not likely to have problems, right? So the biggest selling category I've ever done is baby-related stuff. And I don't... theoretically, that's because everyone in the world has babies, So
and that's a pretty big category for me, too. Like, I sell a lot of strollers, car seats,
strollers, car
cribs,
seats, diapers, cribs,
and
those are like big
I've
ones.
actually never sold diapers.
Really? Yeah, I've sold diapers.
Cribs, playpens, like some swingy thing. But
yeah, little pads for the babies, that kind of thing.
Baby gates,
socks, baby clothes.
The gates for the house that you can use for dogs also.
Yeah, I've sold those as well.
Yeah. So I agree with you. The electronic category is a bit more risky. If you're just drop shipping, I would kind of stay away from it. I have sold TVs from Walmart in the past. I have sold laptops from Walmart.
Yeah, I used to try and sell surround sound systems, and I sold a bunch of them, but again, there's a pretty high return rate, and with GSP, if an item arrives physically broken, you get to keep all the money. But if it's defective, electronics tend to be defective, not physically broken. They don't turn on. Even if there's some broken thing inside them, it still counts as defective
and unbroken.
Yeah, so I just avoid the electronics category as a whole, and that's also because there's a lot of like companies who are more strict about their trademark violations and all that kind of stuff, like copyright infringement. A lot of them sell electronics. They're more kind of controlling.
But also, so that is a good thing too with the viral list. Some people are against that, and also generally speaking, people buy electronics are doing more research and are more like aware of what the fuck they're buying, right?
Yeah.
So even those people would be more like, what am I trying to say? Even those people, when they realize it came from Walmart, they tend to be more prone to be like, what the fuck is this, right? So so as a beginner, you could stay away from the electronic category, and as you get more experience, you can make that decision on your own. I do sell a small percentage of electronics just because I sell what sells. But so hopefully this video would have helped all of your questions to kind of put things into perspective of what you have to do and what you don't. And
I think I have a little bit more to add. So,
so
$5,000 in profit a month is that is feasible, but for you to be earning that much money drop shipping, you're quite a successful drop shipper. You're going to have to get a lot of experience to get to that point. A more realistic goal is usually $1 to $2 grand. That's something that is.
But what do you say is a lot of experience? Because I think it will take, and again, we have completely different strategies, right? So I personally think you could get to $5,000 a month in about 6 months. I think you get to $10,000 in about 6 months.
In depends how much work you're putting in.
Right, in a 6 month period, and it depends on your strategy. So, but
because one of the reasons that so there's two main benefits of bulk if you're not thinking about earning money straight away. One is you get exposed to the kind of seasonality of items, because as long as you post a variety of items, then you have kind of bets in every pool. When the season changes, you just see the fluctuations. So you get to learn from direct results instead of thinking about and listening to what other people say. Because really, you can find tons of different information about dropshipping. The way you educate yourself is by finding a whole bunch of different opinions and figuring out how you feel after you've exposed yourself to all those different opinions. You have to be really careful from just listening to what one person says, because no matter how much experience they have, there's going to be some things that they're wrong about.
No, but you could also test a lot of the information based on data, right? Like, a lot of people out there are just going to sell you on bullshit, and that's why I enjoy doing videos with Jack, because we have completely different strategies and ideas and all that type of stuff. So, so I think, from what we have shared with you, you have like some good information. It'll be interesting for you to follow up with a comment on this video, and then we could go into more detail, and you could, if you want us to clarify anything. But if not, here's your video. And whoever else watching this hopefully will learn also. Alright, so thanks for the question, thanks for the comment. Subscribe, look in the description for your free shit. And for Jack's channel, anything else?
Nah, that's all for now. Good luck. Buena suerte.
Bye.